money. And now I have money and clients, and they're driving me, not all of them, some of them I love you, but others, I just want to wring your necks. What's the problem? The problem is I'm learning why people do things, and it's scary because for me, and this is a this was a very like I've had I had to I had to bust out my journal, y'all. I had to go to Jesus. I had to consult the gods and the ancient and the elders. I had to. It's been a lot, and the thing about it is it's strange to me because the reason I do my things is because I want to be rich. I mean, literally, the name of the channel is the Neurospicy Billionaires. Like, it's pretty on the nose, right? Well, I thought everyone was chiefly motivated by money, and so that's been one reason I was like, well, let me go into advertising, right? Because advertising is all about getting people's attention to sell them something to make money. And if there's one thing I've learned in life is that everybody loves money. So I'm like, damn, this is gonna be great. But then I was like, damn, shit is hard. Let me tell you what's going on. So I think this is three stories. This is three stories. One client. One client was a oh man. I've had to since block them, and for sake of anonymity, because I just don't want to be involved with them at all. Whoa. No more. No more. Um, this is someone who I initially connected with when I first came out to California, and is actually was somebody who really, how do I say, I gotta watch my words here because when I tell you the story, it's gonna be like, oh, I see why he was watching his words. But the word that comes to mind was holding me down because they're kind of the chief reason I even came to California. Um, they decided to launch an online business, and I was very much for that because I'm like, I'm pro online business. Online business is my entire like shebang bang. It was a very early go. They had a lot of imposter syndrome. Myself, I still have imposter syndrome. Notice my lights are back on and things are still broken. We're looking at you, talking about you. Um, but after 2 and 3, 4 months, we ended up getting the website together. We did a lot of soul searching and idea brainstorming of what the product, the brand was going to look like and be, and we ended up setting up the website, registered the domain. We got copy. We had some meetings. They even did a presentation. Even did a presentation. And that presentation actually developed, and so they actually got some traction online. And so the strangeness about it is there was an opportunity that developed for this individual to do this presentation and their program in other locations, of which I was invited to help them record and create additional content for their new business. But it turns out that included in this trip, this gentleman wanted me to entertain them during the trip, which personally, I really, that made me feel really uncomfortable. Uh, that made me feel really uncomfortable, like really, 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 really uncomfortable. Yeah. Because I'm like, why? We've been doing so well. We've been doing great. And then you bring these things to me. I understand. I've talked to people about this. It's like people. So I have green hair. I'm an eccentric. My family's from Haiti, so I'm French in that way, and so my mannerisms, the way I talk, people either think, very metrosexual. Many people think I'm gay. Many people think I'm gay. I'm not. I will call me. So, but I get like, I'm told though that because of the green hair, I get a lot of attention from homosexual males and all that, and I got it. And that used to be a problem back in high school. I used to wear a lot of bracelets, like colorful, because I like art. Art. Where's some of my art? See, I don't even like drawing anymore. Well, actually, I designed that. See, art. This person perceived me as someone who'd be down with the homies. What was Aben Preacher? What would Aben Preacher say?
But if we all love these shows,
doing what do they say? Doing just balling with the homies, right? Nah, fam, nah, I'm good. So this created a problem, because I've had some personal issues, from when I was like younger. I got molested by a cousin. That really fucked up my relationships, my perception of humans and women, and it's a whole shebang bang. And so, but I don't want to talk about that to them. And if they're watching this video, well, now you know why. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna, like, I end up cussing them out. I don't talk to them anymore. I block them on all channels, and it's like, doing so. So that's one client problem. But their checks cleared though. Their checks did clear, which was nice. Problem number two. I can't even say client because they never actually signed. They never really signed. And I just never understood it. I just never understood why they never signed. This one I don't really mind. I'm a little salty about it because you remember that place where I was recording earlier, the that really nice cafe area? That's a very prominent building down here in Long Beach, and the restaurant there is somewhere I personally really wanted as a client, because I was like, damn, I love the cafe. Like, that's my vibe. Like, I'm in this box a lot, and sometimes I just need like space. I need vision. I need clarity to be able to look out across the Pacific and just imagine possibilities. That's a blessing to me. And being able to order food to continue thinking clearly is it's a blessing. It's such a nice, like, I'm in my zone, bro. I'm in my jams when I'm in the 1900 Cafe building. But see, I had a problem, and I don't know what the problem is, but if people ain't trying to fuck me, they're trying to fuck with me. If you get what I'm saying. And so the cafe was there, and I was like, damn, this would be a great client. I feel like their advertising sucks. I'm just gonna be honest. I think it's a whole fuck. I hope the whole thing is just fucking disaster. I feel like, for one, you're on the second floor, so people gotta like walk up to meet you. There's a whole boardwalk downstairs, and to access that means you got to go up a whole flight of stairs. Like, if people want to go see you, people gotta like go and see you. And it's like, respect people who actually come out to spend time here, because we don't have to eat your food. And it's a very nice cafe. Like, it's a nice cafe, and the building is very expensive. It's like right there's like $4,000 a month. Those ain't tiny beans, bro. So my thing was this, like, my thing is advertising. I feel like they needed to be they could use help because there's the whole boardwalk of people like can come up and eat there and it's almost like a little secret. Like people generally don't know about this cafe. Like they know about the building. The building's lit up and beautiful. People don't realize they can just go inside and the cafe is open to the public to work. And that this little other cafe is there for people to eat, order coffee, sandwiches. The food is all right. I mean, I'm not gonna show the food. The food is decent. The food is decent. The food is good, decent food. My thing was, I always believe like they should like, see, it's right here. Like, I love this stuff. Their food was just a little dry. And so I approached them. I sent marketing things to them, ideas. And this is what really hurt my feelings. I was like, you know what? Let me apply to work as their marketer. So you know what I did like 4 months ago? I went. No, actually, it was like 9 months ago. I like this one hurt, like really hurt on levels. Y'all know I'm poor. You want me to prove it? Boom. Okay. So I decided, okay, let me be a little industrious, and I went and I bought like. I went to Vaughn's on the street and I bought like 20 of these. 20, and this is 20 bottles of Sriracha. I put them in a bag. I printed my resume and an entire business plan. I put it in a gift basket and I dropped it off with my business card with the clerk person, being like, hey, I love what you're doing here. I work in advertising. I'd love to help you guys out. And I bought food from there. Like I spent money there. Their food isn't like cheap. Their coffees are like $9 or whatever. I can't remember. It's not free. Let's just say that it's not free. Would you believe I never got a thank you? I never got a follow up. Sriracha, 20 bottles of Sriracha bought shirts on EBT. A full marketing plan. I designed banners and flyers. I might include some of the designs in this video so you guys can see like. But I let it go. 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 I moved on. I was like, you know what? I still got the cafe. They don't want to hire me. It's fine. I'll just buy the food. Shit. I'll bring my own fucking Sriracha. Bam. I'm good. 9 months go by. I'm back in the cafe. And guess who? I see the owner. I see the owner. I see the owner. And I'm like, hey, bro, how you been? How's business? Is life le joie de vie? Like, is things good with you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, dope. And so I'm like, did you ever get my gift basket? Did you ever get my gift basket? And I know I got my gift basket because in those 9 months that I've been back, whenever I want some Sriracha, I'm like, yeah, I got some Sriracha because I never had Sriracha. And like, I'm like, yeah, I got Sriracha because I know y'all got Sriracha because like, I just dropped out 20 bottles of Sriracha like 9 months ago. Like, I know y'all niggas got some Sriracha. I'm like, ah! And so, I sent him in that afternoon 3 more designs. I just texted him. I was like, ChatGPT, pull up some banners to put up against the boardwalk. Send him that design. I was like, hey, I learned some shit. Since doing this advertising thing, and it's that you should put the design of the food on your marketing stuff. So like your A-frames, you should put pictures of the food there because right now it's just text and people aren't that imaginative sometimes and people are just busy. Put pictures of their food on the A-frames. Put flags along the sidewalk so people know that you guys like have beer and I know things are expensive, but I think being open 24 hours a day, given that your name is that says that you're open all day, is the play. Because Uber Eats is a thing. Nobody has to order your food. Niggas got options. At this point, we're texting. Because I'd asked him for his number at this point. Because I didn't even have his number for like 9 months. What did he... I'm gonna have to... Let me see if my phone charged. I gotta read this. I'm gonna add the... I'm gonna post the message here. And I'm not doing this to shame the person. I'm just doing it to share my challenges. Because this isn't his problem. He's successful. He has 2 restaurants. I live in a van. I can't charge I don't have Wi-Fi. So to him, I respect it. I'm the problem. 2 weeks later, come back to the cafe to work. I was actually recording another video, and someone from the front desk comes up to me and is just politely informs me that an unknown individual has requested for me to depart the premises. And I'm like, well, this is awkward. I think it would be helpful for all parties involved if you at least disclosed who it is. It's like, I can't do that. I'm like, I think you can. I think we both know who it is. And we both nod in agreement, and I reply that, I never actually did anything. I'm literally just here working. I come here all the time to work. I'm a regular. I've spent money here. Upon which they request for me to leave and threaten to call the police. Out of principle, I stayed, completed my work, the video, and departed. And as I am walking out the front door, the police car actually pulls up and drives away. Police here are very interesting. Thankfully. So there was no incident. I've since not even gone back, which is very sad because there's someone, I really enjoy going there. And there's my muse loves going there. I told my muse about that spot. I had a vision of working there with my muse. And now I get. How great. So, by the way, this channel is now sponsored by Muse. Muse. Free cash? Muse is an platform I developed to connect artists and muses. Did you know that the Mona Lisa is a $100 million painting? Now, would you say that the person who designed that, you can fast forward after this is my spiel. Muse is basically the app. I'm also going to be using it to sponsor this channel. That's the exit plan. I wanted to take it public, but I believe in it because it's designed to connect artists and muses together. Because the Mona Lisa is a $100 million painting. Did you know that? It's a $100 million painting. Now, the service, what's your name, Mona Lisa? Someone told me her name. I can't remember her name. But I think we'd all agree that she provided a valuable service to Michelangelo. Is it Michelangelo? Donatello? Leonardo? One of the Mutant Ninja Turtles. To paint the Mona Lisa. And so I think she deserves a check. And so the idea behind Muse is finding more Michelangelos, especially more polymaths, more people who just do whatever the fuck it is they do so they can connect with more muses. And we're talking about perceptions and problems of perception. I had the assumption, and it's a misplaced assumption, I'm being clear about this, that, muses aren't just women. Men can be muses. The artists, women are artists too. A person can be both a muse and an artist. So if you want to make free cash as a muse, being paid by artists to inspire them, I believe there's a new way to transform relationships because, this society is crumbling. It is crumbling. God. So yeah, Muse, free cash. There's a QR code. And we're back to my story. So, it still hurts though. Okay. Okay. Third story. And I'm not, oh man, I don't want to say this last one. This one really, really hurt. There is another restaurant of which I will not say the name, I will not say the location, I will not say anything of it. I will simply be saying that it is a restaurant. Far restaurant. It's quite far from where I generally reside. And I've done some work for them initially. And the thing I talked about, putting images of the food on the A-frames, I learned it working through them. I was like, man, let me give y'all some game. And so I was contacted about a month ago from the owner, and he wanted some new designs, some new signs, and he wanted a feather flag. And I also recommended, I think this came in conversation, of a feather flag that said ice cold beer. Because there's a bar. They also have a bar. It's a bar and restaurant, and they do events. And I had mentioned this before. There's like, hey, you should do a feather flag that says ice cold beer, because feather flags are very popular. They're great at getting attention. And so I made the new designs. I sent it to them, sent the quote. And then this is where I fucked up. Some conversation happened with the wife, the owner's wife. A conversation about me coming down to film some content and help them out. I mean, this was the background of the whole crazy shit we're having with EBT and the economy and tariffs, and business has been very difficult for them. And so I was like, sadly, maybe the restaurant business isn't what y'all should be doing, because the reality is y'all could probably make more money cooking one dish, recording it, and posting it on the internet than actually feeding actual people real food, which is fucked up on so many levels. Especially coming from someone who works in the food industry, someone who's passionate about food, who was working getting their master's in food science. Like, I love food, and I love feeding people. I love cooking for people. I love Sriracha. And so that was discussed. Now, that's where I fucked up, because my assumption is if a husband and wife are operating a business together, said husband and said wife at some point in time will be communicating with each other. I mean, y'all married, right? So if the left hand says, hey, I asked the right hand to hold up the camera, I have to assume that the right hand understands that the left hand knows that the right hand, like they know what they're doing. Tell me why when I finally arrived, the husband didn't know I was coming and thus never budgeted for my expenses. Not only that, they didn't have the money for the designs. On top of that, they asked me to purchase the feather flag. See, I said I fucked up, right? I fucked up because I made an assumption that they were just communicating. So I drove down there without getting a deposit. And then when I arrived, I started spending money to support them because I personally really believed and wanted to help them out. Like, I really want, like, I really care about my clients. I really do fucking care about this. My solution was, hey, you run a business. And I asked him, do you have good credit? He's like, yeah, I got good credit. I'm like, okay, put it on a credit card. He doesn't have a lot of credit cards. And I understand and respect people, some people, a lot of people, they don't like using credit cards. My solution was, well, Affirm and Klarna can process the payment. I can get paid and get reimbursed, and then you can be successful because business is rough. Business is rough. That was Friday. I know they knew I ordered it. Send them numbers, information for her CPA. Come back on Saturday, do just a little more work, general consulting, like, hey, check up on the old signs, say, clean up a little bit, just kind of helping out, looking at like, okay. I even troubleshooted an issue with an event person who was supposed to swing by and have an event, next week, about 2 weeks from the time I was there, because it all happened last Friday. And so, tell me why Sunday morning, I get a call from the wife talking about, we can't really, we can't afford, we can't do this. We're just gonna have to cancel. I'm like, listen, I get it. This is stressful. Yeah, stressed. And I understood it. And Saturday morning, I was actually at a cafe working on a solution. I came up with a solution. I think it was a beautiful solution. I wish I could share it with y'all, but if I did, this would be a bad look on everybody. So I can't share it with y'all. Maybe in the future. I drive over to the restaurant and be like, you know what? We can figure this out. My entire job is helping people make more money. Tell me why. When I get to the restaurant, the husband looks at me and says, I'm busy. He looks at me and says, you know what? He says, I'm busy right now. I'm sorry. Did you not call me to come and help you? I crashed out hard. I didn't even say nothing. I left, packed my stuff, came back to Los Angeles, prayed to Jesus, disconnected their website. Well, I didn't disconnect it. I took it down, left a gnarly review. See, this is why I say this is my problem. I care too much. I'm doing too much. I'm doing way too much. And I am putting myself in situations that are completely unnecessary. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. There's one more story. There's a bonus story. And this will proves it for me. My problem is that there was one more client. I don't even talk to this person. Actually, no. This is a repeated issue. This happens repeatedly because now I'm thinking about two other situations. One of another person, I made a design for a QR code so they can get paid on the spot. Just showed put it on their, gave it to them, showed them where to put it. They put it on their food truck, so they get paid instantly because they've been, every time they go to need to like get paid, they have to pull out their phone, and their food truck is very hands on, and so there's almost a food contamination thing because they got to pull out their phone, they got to scan it, and then get back to cooking. It's a mess. So I printed off a QR code on water resistant paper, so if it gets wet or dirty, they can still reuse it, and it's out there. And I sent them an invoice, and then they stopped talking to me. Someone else, even last Christmas, I went and I literally built an entire online store for them. I helped them. I brought them water. They were out. This is when I was out in the desert. It turns out they got I built an online sales store for them, and they got some orders. The money came in. They didn't have a bank account properly, so at the time, I completely forgot about this. It was like literally a year ago. The money hit my account. They never paid me for any of the work I did a year ago. And I mentioned this after this new order came in, and I was like, bro, like, what do you want me to do? Like, either you pay me for some of the back work and we move forward, and because clearly you have some motion on your sales, or we can't, or you take the link off. And I'm like, but don't do that. You have some motion. You can build this. The man takes the link off of his Instagram. I am an asshole. I have a problem. It's my problem. But it's my problem. I care too much. I do too much. I am too much. And there's a video that came across this is a long ass video. Okay, it's only 30 minutes. For y'all who are still hanging out with me, awesome. Had to come across a video, and this is the video that it was, and I'll put the clip in here.
If you're watching my YouTube channel, you're probably a high-performing person. I know you are, because otherwise you would be watching something else. So you're probably hardworking, you're good at your job, you're smart, you're probably well put together and well dressed. You are a high performer. There is a problem in business that is especially difficult for high performers, and that is dealing with incompetent people. Incompetent people drive you nuts. This is a problem you need to realize that you have and how to deal with it. And I'm making this video because this is a conversation I wish somebody had with me when I first started out in my career, because it would have saved me a lot of headaches. Let me clarify what I mean by incompetent people. So I'm not talking about someone who you find generally annoying or who you disagree with at work. What I'm talking about is high levels of incompetence. And you usually run across this in larger organizations. So if you're working in an organization that's over 1,000 people, you probably have 1 or 2 individuals who are incompetent people. So during your career, you're going to run into these people. It's going to happen. And it'll look something like this. You'll be going about your work at your job, and you'll start interacting with a person. And you start thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, this person is incompetent. And then it gets worse. And you start thinking to yourself, how did this person even get hired? And then you think to yourself, how did this person even get out of bed in the morning? I mean, that's the level of incompetence I'm talking about. The level of incompetence that just boggles your mind. So here's the problem of what's really going on. So you are a high performer, and that means you're really good at getting things done. That's your skill set. And you're interacting with somebody who's not good at getting things done. And that's what's driving you nuts, because you have made sacrifices to be good at your job. You've worked hard to be good at your job. And here is somebody who is wasting your time. More than that, they're negatively impacting your performance. And so you feel offended. You feel like you're attacked. So I'm going to start with what not to do when dealing with an incompetent person. If you get nothing else from this video, take this piece of advice. Do not go into a rage. So this is going to be your natural impulse because you are a high performer. You are there to get things done, and this person is an obstacle to you. So your natural impulse is going to be to do 3 things. Confront the person, contact their boss, and get them fired. Do not do any of these things. So these are negative actions that aren't going to help you achieve your goals. So in dealing with incompetent people, do not go into a rage. Now let us switch and talk about what you should do. And I'm going to break this down into 3 different approaches. And each one of these approaches requires a different level of maturity. So as you mature as a business person, you're able to have higher level interactions. The first level is to avoid the situation. So you want to spend as little time as possible dealing with incompetent people. Now, I know that's easier said than done, but just try it. So as soon as you realize that you're dealing with an incompetent person, try and focus your mind on the question, how can I remove myself from this situation as quickly as possible? Now you're in the situation because you need something, but you can always think to yourself, how can I get what I need and then move on? What you're trying to avoid here is you're trying to avoid going into a rage and making this a big situation. You want to avoid that because all that's going to accomplish is it'll become a big time sink for you. Don't waste your time. You need to be spending your time doing other things where you're more productive. Now, if you're able, you can move to the second level of maturity, which is to appreciate their contribution. Now, this might be difficult if they are really incompetent, but I believe that everybody is trying to do their best. Now, they may not be up to your standards, but you have to realize they might have a different background than you. They might have different training than you. So if you can switch your mindset from this person is incompetent to I appreciate this person's contribution, that shows your maturity. And this can't be fake appreciation. You really have to appreciate what they're bringing to the table. And here's a newsflash for you. You're not perfect either. So you might be a high performer at work, but I am betting there are parts of your life where you're incompetent too. So instead of bringing all of this frustration into the situation, just assume that they're trying their best. I mean, if the roles were reversed, you wouldn't like it if somebody was looking down on you. So try extending them a little bit of grace. This is a level of maturity you need to be successful in business. So you need to learn how to meet people wherever they're at. So wherever it is that somebody is able to make a contribution, that should be celebrated. So if you can surround yourself with people who are all contributing to your organization's goals, that's how you become successful in business. It's not you being a high performer, it's everybody's contribution. Now, if you can achieve that, you're ready to move to the third level of maturity. Now, this is where it gets really tough because this is going to take a lot of humility. You need to realize that you are the same. So you and this incompetent person are the same individual. And I'm talking on a macro level that we all share the same human experience. We're all born, we're all going to experience death, we all have relationships, and we all have to make a living. Now, it's true that we all have different perspectives because we all have different backgrounds, but these are really just different perspectives in this crazy thing we call life. So from a human perspective, we're all equal. So if you can get to this level of thinking, it forces yourself to ask some very soul-searching questions. Like, why are you struggling with this? Why do you even have this problem? And what would happen if you just let these situations go? What would happen? So if you can just let it all go, all your problems will go away. Let me repeat that. All your problems at work and dealing with other people will go away if you just stop struggling and let it go and realize that we're all the same. The biggest realization here is that you are the person with the problem. You have the problem. Because who are you to sit up there on your high horse and look down on everybody? You're the jerk, not them. So we did a lot of soul searching in this video. This is not something they teach you about in business school, but it's so important for you to be successful in your career.
I have the assumption that people because I have the assumption, and I've been operating on the assumption that just because that I have a brain injury, that I was able to rebuild myself and figure out how to do solar and how to write and design and code and get all these certifications, that other people are capable of doing these things too. But I'm realizing that I am a gifted individual. I am blessed with talents and abilities and perceptions and creativity that other people simply do not possess. It's like, and this is probably something not to be saying out loud, and not because it's like, because it's pretentious. I hate pretentious. Like, being pretentious is crazy, but it's like I try to be like the common person, but I'm not. I'm 6'3" with green hair, and I look good. Creole. I can understand French. Like, I'm not a regular person, but I treat people like they're me, which is a whole mind fuck, because it's like, what happened to equality, right? My resolution is this, is that we're not equally gifted in those ways. And some people are gifted above others. This is why we have the Olympics, because there are differences among individuals. I'll say it again, there are differences among individuals. Some people are just better than other individuals at certain capacities. I had to have a heart-to-heart with ChatGPT. You know what ChatGPT told me? I'm trying to put a clip up. It said, and I asked it, what is my problem? It said, Henry's problem is that you are incapable of being small. You are incapable of shrinking yourself to make others feel comfortable. The specific quote is, I asked her, what am I incompetent at? Hindi is incompetent at being small to make other people feel comfortable. I need help. And it's been a long day. This fucked me up. This fucked me up. But then I got to remember the whole reason why I even started this entire thing is because of my own insecurities, my own issues of not becoming a doctor, even though both my parents are doctors. The fact that I never got into graduate school, the fact that I'm divorced, the fact that I'm still single, the fact that I am broke as fuck right now. I did the last little thing is there was an experience that happened. This might be the last story. Is an experience that happened to me about 4 weeks ago. I was in Westminster, Venice, and I was at the dog park, and I was working. I wanted to go to the walk on the boardwalk, and I just wanted to get some ideas. But I wanted to come back, and I was like, I wanted to grab a drink real quick. So I came back to the van. I wanted to grab a bottle, and just walk the boardwalk, and just be. For whatever reason, instead of taking the bottle and leaving, I just sat in the back of the hitch, or whatever you call it, the bumper, and was just sitting there thinking. And a dog, would you believe this? A dog, a pitbull, ran up and bit my thigh. I might put the photo up here. Just sitting there minding my own business. And little did I realize and know that would be the most enigmatic manifestation of my situation and my experiences being in California, which is this. How can I blame babies or rabid dogs for breaking teapots left out in the open? How can I blame babies and rabid dogs for breaking teapots I leave out in the open? I need to give myself more credit and value myself more. And not to the point of disrespect or anything, but understand and realize that other people, respectfully, simply are not on my level. Nobody does what the fuck I do. Nobody does what the fuck I do. It's been a hard lesson. But that's the reality. And this is why I get paid, though, is because if they could do what I do, I wouldn't have the blessing. They would not need me. Why? Because they could do it themselves. Because if I can cook for myself, I don't need someone else to cook for me. If you get that? You understand how that works? By the very nature that people need my services is enigmatic of the fact that what I do is valuable and important and needed. So I have to respect, but the only way I can respect them is by respecting myself enough to take a deposit and understand that they do not understand what it is that I do. And what is it that I do? If you might be wondering, as an advertiser, as a marketer, as a creative, beyond taking shots of Sriracha, kind of goes back to advertising. Specifically, what is value? How's it created? And why do people buy? Also connected to Muse. And you know what that answer is? You know what it is that I do? I create desire, but it's not just desire, because desire is already there. Like, I'm not creating anything new. Desire, people, everyone has desire. Like, I help people tell a better story to themselves about themselves. And that is why this channel is called the Neurospicy Billionaires. And that is why you subscribe. Amazing surroundings.